Hey everybody, it's about midnight. Um, Keeping it quiet because I'm in another motel room and it's like I said, it's about midnight, so I don't want to be too loud and disturb neighbors. But um, New Jersey was amazing. It was awesome, mostly because I got to see my friend Ed and we just had a wonderful time hanging out. We were at the Garden State Mall there in it starts with a P, but I can't remember. And at any rate, it turns out that I was I went a little too far north. I thought he was actually um, closer to New York than what he really was. Um, it wasn't too far because I mean he does commute to Manhattan, but um, when I left the motel this morning, it took me a while, almost like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. It was supposed to be 15 minutes to get there. And then, of course, Google Maps. Google Maps is the bane of my existence. It has screwed me up so many times today. I missed I missed my turn to where I thought I was going. I ended up on a freeway off ramp, which took me right to a toll. I ended up having to pay a toll. And by the way, the state of New Jersey owes me $1 because the toll booth attendant shorted me $1. And if I were a miser, I'd gripe about that, but I just kind of find it funny. So, I mean, what can I do? Just laugh about it, I guess. Um, I'm actually in bed because, well, I'm tired and I was going to do this video in the morning, but I figured I'd better do it now because, well, my thoughts were still fresh. At any rate, tolls have been just the bane of my existence. I drove through Philly and got to see some of the old architecture throughout the middle of town there, and it was just breathtaking. I didn't stop because I came all the way out to Morgantown, where my friend Clyde lives, and I was going to stay here because I figured, well, motels are probably cheaper here in Morgantown than in Philly. The problem with that is that a storm came in. It was a thunderstorm, and it was really bad. I mean, like, I love thunder and lightning, so it was like really cool. But at the same time, it dumped rain, like lots and lots of rain, to the point where a couple spots on the freeway that I was on, um, it was flooded over, standing water, and everyone had to kind of get over to the left side as much as possible to, um, you know, so that they're not going through the water there. And like it was a nice, beautiful day. I mean, remember if you remember from the previous video, I talked about it. Kind of the rain was coming down, and what I call the suck. Well, the suck came down hard in Philly today. Like it went from um, some clear, no, okay, well not so clear, but sunny conditions to just like overcast like immediately. And by the time I left about 5 o'clock from the mall when Ed got on his bus and I went to my car, and it was about 5 o'clock. And Google Maps said it was only going to take me a couple hours to get to where I needed to go. And I'm like, okay, fine, cool. Well, because of the traffic and the weather, and there was a few accidents along the way. Um, One thing I can say that I've noticed about New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania, especially, is that it's such a fast paced life, and everyone's in a hurry to go nowhere fast. Cars cutting other people off. And like 2 or 3 times today, I had a car that would literally, within inches, cut me off. If I weren't paying attention to my surroundings, something could have happened. Um, I I also understand why my nephew had said that he went because he kind of came the East Coast here and toured around. I mean, his personal opinion wasn't very favorable about uh, New Jersey and New York. He said that they were, and I'm quoting here, he said they were both shitholes and that they were dirty, they were filthy, they were just gross. And he said that New York was just a step, one rung higher than New Jersey. And I think I kind of understand what he's saying. Um, it's very industrial. I drove past the Newark airport and I think I saw the airport in Philly as well. But that area of town that I went through in Philly was very, very industrial. And going through that area of Trenton and Hackensack, um, again, very, very industrial. So I can see where one might get the impression that it's just dirty and filthy. It's just, it's just a shithole. Well, it's not so much that it's a shithole. It's just that it's not pretty because that's where that's where the industry is. That's where the factories, the mills. That well, maybe not so much mills, but anything and everything that is factory related or industry related. Well, those are the sections that they're in. Those are the districts. So that doesn't excuse the fact that there are a lot of people that are just a-holes when it comes to driving, and um, I definitely have a better appreciation of the West Coast because, well, at least where I'm from, for the most part, we're not that bad. I mean, we kind of are. There's jerks everywhere. There's bad apples everywhere. There's always going to be someone who's cutting someone off, no matter where they are. But like the only other time where I've seen traffic and drivers just that nuts was probably when I was in Southern California. Um, all those times that I've ever been down there where it's like you have to be on your A game, you have to drive aggressively because everyone else does, and it's just crazy. So, but New Jersey was amazing, and Google Maps is on my shit list right now because they got me turned around so many times that I ended up going through, and I think I hit about um, the same set of toll gates so many times because it had me turn around, then I have to turn around again, and just even trying to find a gas station, I almost ran out of gas, and I came that close to running out of gas and just being, um, up a creek without a paddle. And if it weren't for the fact that there's this, and I didn't catch her name unfortunately, but she's one of those uh, uh, toll booth officers, I guess. She was very helpful. She uh, went down and made sure that the gas station that was nearby was open. Um, she even um, had me follow her down there, so she made sure that I didn't run out of gas and crap out right there on the side of the road. So she basically escorted me to the gas station, and I was able to gas up and I got so turned around. I was like 30 miles from where I needed to be, and it was just crazy. I left at 5 o'clock, and I didn't get here until I want to say 10:30, 11 o'clock. Now, mind you, a good portion of that was traffic had slowed down so bad because of the inclement weather. But the other part of it was just me getting lost, and I hate Google Maps. If anything, if I were a miser, I would say, Google, you owe me money. You owe me money because, like, when I put in my destination and I say no roads, no tolls or anything like that, and you actually have that option on your app that, hey, going this way, you're not going to get you're not going to pay any tolls, and then I end up exactly at a toll gate where I didn't want to be. Why, I think you owe me some money, if no other reason for my inconvenience. But again, I'm just griping, I guess. But at any rate, I mean, I can cover it. It's just those were added expenses that I hadn't accounted for when I budgeted going home. Although I did say that I wanted a little extra for incidentals, and I suppose this does qualify for that. But I mean, at the very least, that first gate coming out of, it was in, I think it was in Pennsylvania, but it was coming from the New Jersey side, and man, it was less than $18, and I got to pay that within 5 days because I didn't have any cash on me, and so they're like, well, we can just go ahead and, give you this thing, and you can just pay it online. Give you a receipt for it now, and you pay it online within 5 days. Otherwise, they're going to tack more charges. So I got to remember to do that. I was going to do that tonight, but I didn't. But in every other toll, it's like there's this flash. So what they do is they take a picture of your license plate, and then they just mail you the bill. So I guess my mom's going to be getting a bunch of things from the state of Pennsylvania in her post office box, because I use that for mail too. So I guess she'll let me know when I get them, and then I'll just pay them when I can. When I get them, I'll pay them. So right now I'm in Morgantown, and I'm still on the fence whether or not I want to go deal with tolls and go back to Philly to spend the day before I go see Clyde tomorrow afternoon. Part of me wants to, because I really want to see the Liberty Bell. I really want to see the Rocky Balboa statue, and Benjamin Franklin is buried there in Philly. So part of me really wants to go see these places, see these attractions. And of course, an honest to God Philly cheesesteak. I was told to go to Geno's and to go to Pat's, and I have to try both. And but is it really worth tolls just to do that? On one side, I could say no, but then I have all this time to kill before I go to see Clyde. Now, I think I did see something somewhere that there was a Daniel Boone homestead around here somewhere. I don't know if it was the Daniel Boone, because I thought he was from Kentucky, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. All I know right now is that I kind of have a little bit of a headache, and it's probably stress, because it's been a stressful couple days just in driving alone. But I want to get another good night's sleep, and then go from there, check my bearings there. So with that, I'm going to bid you all a good night, and know that I'm safe and I'm doing well, and I'm really enjoying the adventure so far. Well, for the exception of every time Google Maps craps out on me. That toll booth officer gave me a map of Pennsylvania, which I thought was really cool. She's like, yeah, I don't trust those apps. Here's a real map. Well, the problem with the map is that the map doesn't have everything on there that I need to find, like specific addresses, or the app also tells you when there's a speed trap or when there's an object in the road. And by the way, it said there's an object in the road up ahead. Well, it wasn't an object, it was just that much standing water. So I guess it qualifies, but that's the thing, is like a regular paper map doesn't have those features, and the map doesn't have an exact address to go to. Like, it took me a couple places to go to before I finally found this motel, and That's the convenience of an app. That's the convenience of the internet, is like you can get information fast. Whereas something that's printed media, you're only limited to what's printed there, and how relevant that print is, depending on you know when the print was circulated. So there's that. So at any rate, I'm babbling and I'm just tired, so I'm going to go to sleep. I wish you all well. Thanks for tuning in and keeping tabs on me, and your encouragement, and your vested interest in my well-being really does. It really does fuel me to continue and to keep going, and just to do what I'm doing, have fun, and just seeing friends and the like. So with that, I bid you all good night, and I'll say happy trails, and I'll see you on the flip side. All right. Good night. Bye.